All right. A very good evening to each and everyone on all of you. Thanks for being here for this amazing fireside chat with Siddharth. Hope everyone is doing well, and please let us know in the comment section whether we are clearly audible or not.
Yes, also let me know if I am audible so that we can continue. Yes, I guess we are. Still, let me check. Yes, we are audible.
We are audible, right? All right, cool. Thanks everyone for joining today. Well, I guess this is the time to start. I'm really sorry for being late for the session. Uh, we would like to go with the first of all introduction. So let's start with the introduction. So we have Siddharth here. I know many on all of you have already seen him in the hackathons and multiple video sessions. So Siddharth, please, I would like to know about yourself, and I believe the same people are also interested to know about yourself.
Sure, definitely. So, hey everyone, thanks a lot for joining in for today's session. It's like a fireside chat, you know. And first of all, I would like to thank Coding Blogs India for inviting me. It's like, all pleasure is mine. And talking about me, myself, Siddharth Dayalwal, as you all already know. And currently, I'm a pre-final year student from Vadodara, Gujarat. I am an AngelHack Student Ambassador, a GitHub Campus expert, and Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador as well. Apart from that, I am a community development intern at Savo Labs and a former Progate community intern. I am a big hackathon enthusiast because for me, hackathon is like, second home or family. Because when I started my hackathon journey, I had great opportunities out of it. So I cannot, stay out of it any day or any time. So that is what I love to do. I love interacting with people, being in community, helping people out there, creating content, and yeah, I'm looking forward to talk to you all tonight, and let's see what we can do. If you have any questions, feel free to come those questions into the live chat, and we'll be happy to answer that as well. And yes, Sohail, how about you?
Thanks, Siddharth. Well, I'm really doing great. For those who don't know me, my name is Sohail Pathan, and I'm currently working as a program manager at Coding Blocks, where I handle campus ambassador program and as well as multiple things. Well, I also lead a community known as Google Developer Group Nagpur. I have been leading the community since 1.5 years, and it's quite a good journey for me. And that idea lets me and Siddharth to make this session for those of the people who are right now like involved in the community, and they would like to know about okay how to get into the community. So this is the session for all of you for to get to know about it. So yeah, I mean, Siddharth, as you already know, you are a community guy, community enthusiast. What is exactly a community for you? I would like to know about what actually make you love about the community.
Definitely, that's a really good question. I would, go back when I started. When I entered my very first year of college, I was very enthusiastic about, exploring different things, learning new technologies, meeting new people, and I was always an extrovert kind of a person. And when I entered my college, I wanted to explore such things and wanted to know what are the other branches, other curriculum in computer science branch. That is one of the reason why I opted for computer science and engineering. And on the like in my very first year, I started going to community events. I started exploring things, interacted with people, and then I realized what community is all about. So for me, I would say community is more of a group of like-minded people where you can just come and talk to them, share our ideas, interact, learn from them, teach them at the same time. And there are like lots and lots of opportunities which you get when you become a part of any community in general, irrespective of technology, framework, or any program or anything else. Whenever you are part of any community, the community itself gives you a lot of things which you might have not got in any other form, right? So, for example, we all are studying in college. maybe in high school. But when we are getting the exposure of a community, there are altogether different set of culture, different set of environment in which we are going to be, going to be part of. So for me, community is more like a second home or a family, I would say, like hackathons. What about you, Sohail? What is community for you?
Well, thanks. Community is, for me, I'll say, where I get not just knowledge, but I
Mm-hmm.
found my vibe. I started going into the community events in my first year only, and from there only I got to know about, okay, there are multiple types of people. There are various from the various background, people are coming together and they are building the stuffs. They are coming up with the great new ideas, and that's what inspired me to be a part of community, I would say. So yeah, I mean, empowering, uh, uh, like talking with the people, and as well as building the stuff, that's what inspired me as a community.
Yeah, that's so true. And also, like everyone watching us live, feel free to introduce yourself, who you are, where are you joining us from. That can help us to understand you more better, right? So feel free to introduce yourself in the live chat, and we'll be looking over to that as well.
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's make this discussion a very more engaging, I would say. We would also like to
Hmm.
know about your thoughts as well, and as well as we will pick up the question from the comment section. So yeah, let's go to
Yes.
the community journey. Siddharth, one of the question arises to the people, exactly like, why should they join the community, and
Hmm.
for whom exactly the community is. I mean, why should people join the community? According to you, what will be your thoughts?
Sure, definitely. So it's like, for example, I am a student, right? Now I can be student with enrolling myself into a college, or by not enrolling myself into a college as well, right? If I'm a part of any institute, school, or college, I'm being a part of a community, right? School is also a community. At the same time, when we talk about different tech communities or program communities or any other, maybe GDG, any other community. So what happens is, when you become a part of community, you get a different level of exposure. You meet many like-minded people. Each one is having something unique to share. They come up with some different experiences. Everyone in the community have some different backgrounds. They have something unique in themselves. So when you interact with such people, you will enhance yourself in altogether different way. Because I still remember, when I was not the part of any community, I was knowing what I was able to search on the internet or maybe from books. I was only knowing that much. But when I explored their communities, when I went to different events and talked to people, I got to know that there is a lot of other things, outside in this world as well. And these are the things which you will never be able to understand on any resources online or maybe some books, because experience speaks more than any online resources, that is for sure. So for anyone wondering why should they join the community, join the community for getting motivation, for getting inspired from others, learning from them. At the same time, you can share what you know, share your ideas, share your learnings, and just interact, make valuable connections, have some meaningful conversation. And that is how you will grow as well. At the end of the day, you will realize that people outside from your college also knows you, because you have done something good. And when you become the part of the community, that happens in a very different manner. You won't even think about that. For example, if you are a beginner, you might be wondering that, how can I do this thing? For example, you're working on a project. There are multiple errors you will be going through. There are multiple problems which you'll be facing. But at the same time, just consider a scenario that you are also part of the community. It becomes a lot of easy. You'll just post your error into the group of community, and then people who already have experience with respect to that will come up with solutions. And this is just one example. There are like multiple examples which can help you understand the importance of community. And that's the way how it is. And what do you think is importance of community? Let me know in the chat as well. I would love to know your views. And yes, Sohail, what about you?
Yeah, I would say definitely community-driven learning is something which inspired me most.
Hmm.
I would like to share one of my experiences. One of the event from the GDG community I have attended in my very early, you can say, early time of my graduation. Uh, what I found is people people coming together, they are sharing knowledge, and even they are sharing their real experiences, which we might not have learned previously, or maybe
Correct.
it's difficult to find that kind of knowledge. So yeah, the community which helps in such a way that uh, we get to know about so many things. We learn from people, we learn from their experiences. That's all.
Absolutely, that is so true. And when we learn from others' experiences, we reduce our mistakes, the mistakes which we were gonna do in the future. But being a part of the community, we have learned from others' mistakes and we have not repeated that. So that is a plus point on that.
True. Also, so Siddharth, the one major question: how
Hmm.
to find any community? I mean, let's say, because community is not just for us, for other tech people. We are not just a tech community limited. Community
Hmm.
is something which
Exactly.
is have different, different background, different sections, different set of people. So how do you think, like, how a beginner should go and join the community?
See, this is one of the most easiest thing which you can do as a beginner, because what requires to be a part of community? Only one thing: just be the part of the community. And how you'll do that thing? There are multiple ways. Now, for example, I'll tell you my experience. When I started, I wasn't knowing what is the community, what are the community, where can I find them. The only thing which I did at that moment of time was I went onto the internet and did some research work. Research work is very important. Now, anything new which you want to start, do the research around that topic at first place. I did the same. I went onto the internet. Everyone has internet access in today's world, right? I went onto the internet, searched for the word community and different keywords like computer science community, tech community, developer community, and all such keywords. Slowly and gradually, I came up with different words, like GDG, Mozilla, Facebook, GitHub, DSC, and lots of others. Then I thought that how can I join these communities? Then I explored meetup pages, GDG portals, and Eventbrite website and Dayfolio. So these were the ways I could register myself to attend an event. I attended the event of any community at the first place. So you can also do the same, attend any event which is happening nearby. And today we are all happening, like everything is happening online, so you can attend any event sitting just at your home. So that is a very great privilege which we have right now. So just use that thing, attend events. And when you attend event, try to know more about the company which is community which is hosting that event. Know who are the organizers, what is the topic of discussion, what is the region in which that particular community is. And on the day of event, try to interact with as many as people you can. Interact, if you cannot interact in the video call or audio call form, interact with those people on social media. It can be Twitter or LinkedIn or somewhere else, wherever the buzz of that particular event is happening, or maybe some website chat section that is also applicable. And if the worst case is you are going to meet in Meet and Zoom call, interact with those people in the chat. This is how you start interaction, start greeting people. For example, here itself in the live chat, we all are interacting with each other. We all are knowing more about each other. And this is how you get into the community. At the same time, there is no badge which you will get after entering the community, right? It's nothing like that you will get an ID card like you get in your school days. It's not like that. If you want to be the part of the community, just engage with the people in the community, attend the events of the community, contribute to that community, and be a part of that community in such a way that whenever people think about you, they can come up with those names. Okay, he's part of this community, she's the part of this community, and this can be termed in your names. So these are like multiple ways. And I would also love to know your views, that how you have joined your first community. And yes, so that was what I wanted to share.
Really great. So, Siddharth, my experience of joining a community is through my classmates. First of all,
Hmm.
I got to know about, okay, there is an event going on from the Google Developer Group Jalandhar, and
Hmm.
they hosted the Cloud Next event. So we have learned about Google Cloud Next. So
Hmm.
what I found is the speakers are coming from different background, different expertise. They are sharing their knowledges, presentations, live coding, and that actually given me a spark. Okay, this is something what I wanted to be. This is something what I want to live for. So I
Hmm.
started out from that place only, I'll say, and then got to know about there are, okay, just like this, there are multiple communities as well. So I believe the second community which I was part of, it was the Mozilla Jalandhar, and then after that, I took I took and gained the experience at that time, and yeah, I can say like that experience led me to form my own community. So yeah, that was my experience.
Yeah, like that's a wonderful one. Also, I remember when I attended my very first community event, it was I went to IIT Bombay for that. I am living in Vadodara, Gujarat, but because I was very much enthusiastic, I wanted to explore and get that exposure out of that. So I didn't thought about a single minute. I just saw that event happening. It was a workshop on IoT, and I straight away booked the tickets and went to that. I wasn't knowing that I'm doing right or wrong. I the only thing which I want the only thing which I was knowing was that this is the event happening. Venue is good, topic is good. I want to go and attend that, and that was all. I booked the ticket for that workshop and straight away went to that. And after that event, I never stopped because that experience was altogether different thing. After that, there were different more extravagant events which I attended. So of course, the experience is something awesome.
That's really nice to hear, Siddharth. So Siddharth,
Hmm.
one of my question is, okay, like we got to know about community, we have attended the events as well. The major thing comes when you want to contribute into the community. So how people can contribute into the community, how they can gain experience from community. I would like to know about your thoughts.
That's a really great question, because what happens is you become the part of the community. You're learning lots of things by attending various events of that community, by interacting with people, by learning from them. So what happens is there comes a situation where you will have some level of knowledge. You are knowing at least something, right? And after, for example, maybe 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, 2 months, it depends on person to person. But after some point of time, you will realize that now I have some experience, I have something to share, I have some knowledge in within myself, and now this is your time. How you can contribute, let me tell you. Start adding value to the community. How you can add value? Start sharing your knowledge, start sharing what you are already knowing, maybe from your past experiences, maybe from your past learnings. It can be from any form of the way, right? Just start sharing, adding value to the community. You can maybe host your own events by in your campus club, or maybe some other communities. You can start hosting events. You can write blogs and just share with your community, right, make videos for everyone out of your experience, because experience matters the most. I can repeat that again and again. Experience really helps a lot. So start sharing your experience, because there's nothing there in just storing that experience and not giving out to the community. Just tell others what you have learned in your journey, behind what you have done. Share your achievements, and this is how you can start contributing. It all ends up on adding value at the end of the day, because that is what really matters. It's not that how small or big your contribution is, or what is the type of your contribution. It's just that you have to contribute, or you can contribute. That really matters. If you are having that will, that no, I want to share, I want to help others, then no one can stop you. Just go ahead. Don't think that you are just helping in very small way. No, it's totally fine. I still remember in my very first community volunteer role, when I was a volunteer in one of the event, I was just clicking the pictures of that event. This is how I contributed. I contributed by clicking the pictures of that particular event. So contributions can come in any form. Then I started sharing my knowledge, right? Wrote blogs, made videos, spoke at different events, hosted events, and there are multiple other ways. So it can be as small as clicking the pictures, as big as it can be anything. So just start. Never think where to start, just start, because starting is what required, and then eventually you will fall into different types of contributions and add value to the community.
Really want to tell that, yeah, that experience.
If you are a community leader, maybe organizing team member, just encourage to all the people who are part of the community, whether they are beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Are you facing any problem or something like that? Just try to engage with your audience. Ask them if they're facing dialogue between you and your community members, and keep it in anything. Respect your community members. That is really very important. Whether they are smaller than you, or younger than you, or elder than you, respect them at the same time. And in case they fail somewhere, encourage them. It's not that this is the last time they can succeed. It's not that. Failure is just a part of a journey. Encourage them, and this is how you can just make that bond. It should not be remembers or
cases like what we use in we conduct several competitions, icebreakers, and as well as conducting quiz competitions, and giving the award to the students who have joined, or the community members. That actually that helps even community members to gain the confidence. And I'll say you cannot just come and give your inputs. You can even interact with the community. You can even share your experiences. This is what all the engagement is, I would say.
Okay, I guess I can see one. Maybe stream is stuck. I'm not sure. Oh yes, I guess it is. Sohail, can you check the live stream once
Okay.
on the YouTube? Okay, I guess now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, thanks,
Really sorry,
Prathamesh and
guys.
Aqua,
Bear with us.
for bringing that up. Yes.
Yeah, so Shubham,
Okay.
I have a little network issue. That's why I was not able to open my camera. But yeah, Siddharth is there, who is actually, making this discussion really engaged. Yeah. So, okay, let's, like we have already done with the community. Let's come to the hackathon. And if you don't know, guys, Siddharth is the one who is right now, have gained a really good amount of experience in the hackathon. He have been giving the talks into the multiple hackathons. And so Siddharth, okay, we have got a community, we got skills, we got to know about so many things. Now it's time to build stuff. Okay, it's time to show, it's time to contribute for the community. So hackathon, I believe hackathon is one of the platform where you can come with your skill set, with your ideas, with your thoughts, and you can build something for the community. Okay, so according to you, how people should proceed with the hackathon? So before going to the hackathon, what is exactly hackathon? I mean, people have confused with the stuff, that word hack come, because I was also in the very first time when I heard about okay, hackathon, it's something related to hacking, network security kind of stuff. So yeah, I believe this situation also arrives to you as well. So yeah, I would like to know about your thoughts.
Definitely, I always say that when I started my hackathon journey, it was like way back in February 2019, and when I got to know about the word hackathon, I was like very much curious about that word, because the hack comes into the picture. But I was like, hackathon is an event where we need to hack something, just break into some system, do some kind of a robbery or something like that. But when I started exploring more about it, I realized that no, hackathon is not, about hacking and breaking into system. It is more on top of that. So in February 2019, I attended my very first hackathon. And for me, hackathon is an event of you for duration of hours, where you come up with your skill sets, work on some real world problem, and come up with some different solution at the end of the hackathon by collaborating with people, learning new skill sets during the hackathon hours, and just implementing whatever you are knowing during just one day, one night, or something like that. And I still remember when I attended my very first hackathon, I was like, what am I doing? What are other people doing? How am I going to go through this hackathon? Am I doing right or not? And there were like multiple questions up in my mind. But at the end of the hackathon, our team ended up winning that hackathon, and that was like one of the best experience which I had in my hackathon journey, because that was my very first hackathon. I was knowing nothing about it, and we went on winning the hackathon. And after gaining that experience and the culture of hackathon, I never looked back and started attending multiple hackathons at different places, like as many as I can. So that was how I started with my hackathon journey, and that was one of the best decisions which I could have ever made. Yeah.
So that's really great. I mean, attending the first hackathon and winning the hackathon, that actually comes with the luck, I'll say. Not just luck, but yeah, true efforts. I also have like similar experiences. I was little scared before going into the hackathon, because I wasn't aware about how actually hackathon is, what actually people comes and what they actually going to do. So I was a little scared, but yeah, my first hackathon was Rajasthan hackathon, and I with one of my friend, we have built an IoT project. It was a drone project using image detection, and drone actually detecting objects from the you can say from the air, and it's actually replying back to the with the signals as well. So yeah, we built that project, and fortunately we got the rank as well. So yeah, like from that point, actually I got to know about, okay, something is better than always, like something is better than nothing. So
Correct.
I started out from that point only, I'll say. And from there I got a really good experience, and after that I started attending multiple hackathons. So my second hackathon was in NSUT Delhi, and then I with my friends, we went there, and then we haven't got the rank, but yeah, the experience was really great, I would say, from my end. So guys, I believe you must have all the questions like in your mind as well regarding the hackathon, so please put in the comment section, and we are going to proceed with the another question for Siddharth. So Siddharth, what are the impacts of hackathon? What do you think hackathon puts impact to the professional life of a student?
Sure, definitely. So, whenever we talk about different impacts with respect to hackathon, so I would say there are like multiple ways we can consider those impacts, because it's not just an event, I would say. It's a surprise walk of impacts and opportunities, because at first place you get to learn so many things which you might have not learned on a normal day. When you are attending a hackathon, there are like various workshops happening in a hackathon, and when you'll attend those workshops, there are like in number of domains or topic of discussion which are happening as a part of a hackathon. And when you're attending those sessions, those workshops, or those webinars, you realize that this is something new. I have learned this thing after attending this workshop, and you'll definitely get some knowledge out of it. So that is the first impact, that you learn so many things. Next comes is that when you become the part of a hackathon, or maybe a hacker community, you solve a problem. Now, have you seen any case where you have participated in a hackathon and not done any project? No, it's not like that. When you participate in a hackathon, you will definitely work around some problem statement, some idea, and you'll come up with some solution of your very own, right? So you're solving the problem. Now, Just imagine there are 10 hackathons happening on a single weekend. There are 10 teams working on a same problem statement in different hackathons. Now, on the same day, in just a single day, we are getting 10 solution to a real world problem. And that is like so fast. Even if not the complete product, but at least we are getting the solution. Of course, we can work on the project after the hackathon as well. So hackathon helps in solving the real world problem. Apart from that, when we talk about different things, we can also say hackathons are inclusive. This is one of the impact which I consider, because it's not that you have to be a student from a computer science background or from IT background or something like that, that you have to be a coder or programmer. No, it's not like that. Even if you are a non-tech person, even if you are a non-coder, you can participate in hackathon. It's not necessary for you to be from computer science background. So hackathons are inclusive for all, and that is like one of the greatest impact which I feel. And apart from gaining the technical skills, learning from workshops and all of those stuffs, you also develop your interpersonal and intercommunication skills, because you work in team, you interact with people, you talk to mentors, interact with speakers, just share your ideas with other team members. So you're conversing with them, right? So you will develop your skill sets with respect to interpersonal and inter communication level. So that is really helpful for you. Apart from that, hackathon also helps educating people. Now, when I say educating people, it's like you are already learning, right? But at the same time, you can share what you already know. It's not like you can't share that. When you interact with people, you're sharing your thoughts, you're sharing your ideas, and that is one of the best things. So when you're learning from people, at the same time you can teach them, right? So that is one of the other impacts. Next, I would say hackathon helps creating valuable networks. Now, whenever I say network, it's not just your team members, it's more other than them. So, as I said earlier, you interact with other team members, you talk to mentors, you interact with speakers, the organizing team members, and all the other people, maybe sponsor representative. So, this way, you will develop your networking skills, and you will, increase your connections in just a single day. At a single venue, you get to meet like hundreds and thousands of people at the same time, all like-minded people having something unique to share. So networking is one of my favorite part to do in any event or hackathon in general. And yes, of course, hackathon helps creating opportunities. Now, when I talk about opportunities, it can be in any way, like building projects, attending workshops, collaborating in a team, interacting with mentors, or maybe earning free swags or eating free food. Of course, not in virtual, but yes, that is like one of the opportunities. Understanding the sponsor representatives over there so that you can gain some internships or something. And there are like multiple domains. You boost your resume, you add projects to your resume, and there are like multiple opportunities for you waiting. And whenever I talk about opportunities, I always say that opportunities are many. You just have to observe your surrounding and grab the suitable one with right mindset. So that is important. And at the end of the day, hackathon also helps create a community. So this is one of the impact. Hackathon is not just an event of few days, but after the hackathon ends, there's a community which have been created by that hackathon, where there are like hundreds and thousands of people who are knowing more about each other before the hackathon. So the community has been created. So take the advantage of it, help people, and add value to that hacker community. So these are like few out of many impacts which I have observed in my hackathon experience so far. What about you, Sohail? Have I missed anything? And also, people watching us in the live chat, do let us know what according to you is the hackathon impact.
You have almost covered, Siddharth, everything. uh, One of the point that I wanted to add here is, uh, when you actually meet with the people, when you actually get into that situation, you actually understand the gravity. Okay. And
Hmm.
this is what led you to grow. So yeah, hackathon is
Hmm.
one of the point where you can you understand your level, and then from that point of view you start to level up yourself. So yeah, like collectively, this is one of the things which I have observed. We have one question from Yash. How is virtual hackathon different than the physical one? So I mean, Siddharth, this is the something you can answer.
Yeah, personally, I do miss physical events at first place, because before pandemic, I used to go to different hackathons in person and used to participate. But of course, we have shifted to virtual hackathons, and virtual hackathons are do different from that of physical ones, because now you're not able to meet in person. You are not able to see people in front of your face. It's just that you are able to see them virtually, maybe some Google Meet, Zoom, or something like that. But at the same time, you are not able to enjoy that free food. You're not able to sit outside the venue in night time. So there are like lots of differences between virtual hackathon and physical one. We are communicating on Discord, Slack, such platforms, and not in like face to face. And the judging has changed. We are submitting our project idea and not pitching. Rather, in very few hackathons the pitching happens, that too like with the medium of Google Meet or Zoom. So that thing has reduced. I'm not able to hold the mic in my hand onto the stage. I have to wear these headphones and listen to people, right? So these are like minor differences, but there are, of course, when you experience hackathon, you'll definitely realize what are those differences. I would prefer in-person hackathons more over the virtual hackathons, but virtual hackathons have also added a value at the same time, because with the help of virtual hackathon you are able to interact with those people sitting in somewhere else in this world, while in the in-person hackathons you just get to meet few hackers from your region or maybe your country, or very few hackathons had international exposure. But with respect to virtual hackathons, we have international exposure almost like in every hackathon today. So that is one of the difference, which I would like to add more. Also, with virtual hackathon, the number of hackathons happening each weekend have increased drastically. Like I still remember before, like around 1.5 2 years, there were very few hackathons happening in person. But as soon as pandemic came, COVID came, we shifted virtually. There are like tons and tons of hackathons happening each weekend. So you have more options to look out for. You have more opportunities waiting for you. And just sitting at a single place at your home, you can attend multiple hackathons every weekend. So these are like few differences. Of course, if in case I've missed any, feel free to add those into the live chat, and maybe Sohail can add as well.
One thing I really miss is the food and as well as quacks.
Me too.
Yeah, and also the amount of experience, or I'll say the interaction with the people that we used to get is really missing in the online hackathon. And but yeah, online hackathon is now used to, people are we don't have any kind of restrictions like in offline hackathon. We used to take, if there is a local hack which is the city specific hackathon, just only the city specific people could come, and they were used to participate. But yeah, online have shifted that thing totally. People not
Correct.
just from the same domain, from the different domain and from the different area coming together, they're building this stuff. And yeah, that's what the productivity is, I would say.
Yep.
All right, so Siddharth, the next question for you is, what things we should keep in the mind during the hackathon? I mean, if there is a beginner who's starting to participate in the hackathon, what kind of thoughts or it's a mindset he should look for when he's attending his first hackathon? Because yeah, we have experienced our first hackathon and we were not to know about it. For the people who are right now going to participate in the hackathon, what do you think they should keep in the mind?
Sure thing. So for anyone participating in their very first hackathon, they just need to have they just need to keep their mind very open. Do not restrict your thinking, do not restrict your mindset, do not restrict yourself in doing anything. Whenever you are attending your very first hackathon, be open to opportunities, say yes in different things which are coming your way. Do not feel discouraged or demotivated at the same time, because I still remember when I started, I was wondering that what is happening around me. What are these people doing? They are making stuffs which are not at all required. They are brainstorming, working in teams, and talking about different high tech stacks and whatnot. At that moment of time, I didn't thought that no, I can't do this or maybe something else. At the same time, I thought that okay, they are talking something interesting. Let's go and interact with them or listen to them if we can't speak. So listen to others, learn from them. Because if you are not, for example, if you are very new to tech or maybe hackathon, you're not knowing nothing, just learn from others because that is the time. You do not know now anything, but in the future, definitely there will be a situation where you will knowing at least something. You will be knowing at least something, right? So for knowing something, you have to start somewhere, and the starting is the learning process, which you have to go through. So at first place, have the learning mindset, have the contributor mindset, because there may be tons of opportunities when you're attending a hackathon. Just have that right mindset to grab those opportunities and not to miss them. Even if even if there's a small fun game happening, attend that hackathon. Do not have the mindset of winning your very first hackathon, because I would not recommend having that particular mindset in the very first hackathon, because your entire direction of thinking will change. You will not seek for opportunities. You will not seek for different happenings which are going through in the hackathon, and you will just focus on your project and coding or something else, or pitching, or just completing a project on time. But I would say just participate as much as you can, participate in different mini events, in different workshops, in different conversations happening on the communication platform or maybe in person, because that will help you gain different kind of exposure. You will learn from others. You will know what others are doing, what are different things in this tech, what are different concepts in a hackathon, what are different mindsets of people, how people are thinking in a hackathon, how they are proceeding with their hack ideas or hack projects, and what are the criteria. Talk to organizers, uh, ask them for any feedbacks, tell them who you are, what you have been doing, why you have joined this hackathon community, and what are you up to. Share your knowledge, and take feedbacks, take constructive feedbacks, hear from them. And this is all which matters. When I say how to win a hackathon, I do not say win any cash prize or win the particular prize challenge. When I say win a hackathon, I mean grab all of those opportunities which I discussed earlier. Grab all of those hackathon impacts which I discussed earlier. After you grab those things, you will definitely win the hackathon. Not just the prize money, but the hearts of people, the connections of people, and the learnings which you have got from that hackathon. And that really matters, because you will win one hackathon, two hackathon, three hackathon, 100 hackathon. But for me, that does not matter, to be very honest. For me, winning a hackathon, getting those prize money, for me does not matter. For me, what matters is how much you have learned, how much you have experienced, how much you have come out of your comfort zone, how many people you have interacted with, how many connections you have made. For me, these are all the things which really matters. And if I have checklisted each and everything of this, for me, I have won that hackathon. And this is what I would say to every beginner: have that open mindset. How do
Truly
you think
covered.
around this, Sohail?
Yeah, I mean, you have covered everything, so that just does not restrict your thinking, because people are really looking for out of the box ideas, out of the box solutions. Okay, and that actually help you to come up with your thoughts process as well. We have one question from Mayank here. Are there some online communities where one can collaborate with other students? So yes, Mayank. Our next question is related to this only. How to find the hackathons? So yeah, Siddharth. I mean, please go ahead.
Definitely. So I can relate with this topic a lot, because this is like almost familiar statement. Like, I'm going to do a live stream on my YouTube channel day after tomorrow, oh sorry, on Wednesday. So this is the topic I'm going to cover. But talking about this right now, I would say how to find a hackathon is very easiest way. I still remember when I started, I wasn't knowing what hackathon is or where I can find it. So as I said earlier, the only thing which you can do in such a situation where you're knowing nothing is go onto the internet and search for the keywords. I did the same. I searched for hackathons happening in my city, or maybe hackathon innovative hackathon, or maybe something like this. You can definitely go and search for keywords. But today there's like a lot of exposure. I have been to various communities where I can find hackathons. I would name few over here. It's like you can go and be part of MLH hosted community events or maybe hackathons. MLH stands for Major League Hacking. You can search for hackathons on DevPost, DevFolio. There are like multiple platforms like HackerEarth, Skillenza, and there are many other, like for example Incubate India, Gitcoin, hackathon.io. And these are like multiple platforms, multiple websites where you can get the hackathon listed. So these are the hackathons happening like in each and every corner of the world, maybe from Asia, Europe, USA, Australia, or anywhere else. So just go surf on the internet, look for different hackathons happening, select a date on which you are free or can contribute to a hackathon, and find all the hackathons happening onto that weekend. See each and every hackathon, explore what the hackathon has to offer, what are the prizes, what are the sponsors, or maybe what type of community it is. And there are like multiple factors which you can think around while choosing in which hackathon you can participate, because it's not one hackathon happening each weekend. There are like more than 10 hackathon happening each weekend, and definitely you can't attend such a number of hackathon on a single day. So go and choose wisely. So that can be done. And I can see Mayank asking, are they beginner friendly? Yes, of course, because hackathon is not just focusing on experts or advanced level hackers. As I said earlier, one of the impact which hackathon brings is hackathons are inclusive for all. And when I mean inclusive, it's open for everyone, not just coders, not just computer science students. Even non-tech people are participating in hackathon, coming up with different solutions to some real world problem. And even if you're a beginner, with no skill, you can participate. When I attended my very first hackathon, I was knowing nothing about coding. Nothing means nothing at all. And I started, like, I did whatever I could in that particular duration of hours. And it's not that your skills are required while participating in the hackathon. I would say whenever you become the part of the hacker community, you will definitely become the better version of yourself. And just observe yourself before participating in a hackathon. After attending the hackathon, you will definitely feel some kind of increment in your skills, in your learning, in your mindset after the hackathon duration. So even if you are a beginner or a newbie, go and participate in the hackathon, because it's not just about coding, it's more out of it as well. So go and experience the hackathon once. You'll definitely realize that this is one of the best experience you could have ever got. Yes, Sohail.
Great, Siddharth. Yeah. So, Siddharth, I mean, you have been into the hackathons, you have been mentoring the hackathons. I will really love to know what organizers and as well as mentor look for the hackathon projects, how they evaluate the profile and what parameters they consider.
Sure thing. So, see, whenever we talk about, evaluating your project ideas or understanding what your hack is, it's really very important for a person to understand three things. First, the problem which you're solving. Second, the impact which the problem is, bringing. The solution which first thing, the problem which you're solving. Second is the solution, how the impactful the solution is. And the third is that how concise your idea is or how innovative it is, right? So these are like few things. And apart from that, definitely you can look for judging criteria. Now judging criteria can comprise of different things. It can be the level of completion of your project, and the technologies you might have used, or it can be the usefulness of your project, or it can be how impactful your project is. And these are like few things, or maybe how eco-friendly or how well market fit your product is, what is the business value of it. And these are like multiple things. Like for every hackathon, there are different judging criteria, different judging domains which judges actually look around. And talking more about mentor role. So in many of the hackathons, mentor are there to support the hackers, because mentors are such people who have previously participated in hackathons on and been on the hacker side. They have been participating, they know how the hackathon works, and now they have come up, volunteered themselves as a mentor so that they can share their experience and teach others at the same times. So when we talk about mentorship, it's more of like helping hackers during the hackathon, maybe by listening to their ideas, giving them some feedbacks, sharing their experiences, or helping them around with some code base or something like that. It can be in any way. So these are like few things. Also, when we talk about organizer point of view, so whenever a organizer thinks of hosting a hackathon, there are different things which comes up in their mind. First of all, it comes like what type of people they want to host, what is the region they are targeting, what is the theme they can focus on this year. For example, it can be diverse and inclusive theme, it can be open source, it can be blockchain, or maybe some game development hackathon, or maybe any other. So deciding the region, deciding the audience, deciding the theme really helps. And there are like then multiple things which comes up all together with respect to these three things. And then eventually, when you be the part of that process, you will think on top of each and everything. So these are like few of the things. And what about you, Sohail? What do you think on that?
Yeah, so Siddharth, I hosted, you can say, Hack Nagpur. It is a Central India's largest community hackathon. So we had a point of view. Okay, we were looking for some projects which is helping local city. Okay, which can bring the local city solutions, and we were looking for some really out of the box ideas at that time. Uh, the focus was to feature the people who really came up with their out of the box ideas. So yeah, I mean, this is something we have seen in our hackathon, I would say. And from organizer point of view, we look for your past experience, we look for what idea you are bringing into the table, and how diverse your team is, and as well as what you can say, what your solution comprises of. Okay, so yeah, these are the some points I would say a hackathon organizers look for. I guess pretty much covered everything. If anyone have any question to ask us, please let us know in the comment section, and and Siddharth will be really happy to answer the questions.
Sure. And also, I can see one more question from Yatharth. I'm not sure exactly what the question is, but it's like, are hackathon essential in on-campus internship in tier 1 college? See, what I understand with this question is that if you are from tier 1 college, is hackathon essential for you to getting internship? So I would repeat this again, that hackathons are not just for few set of people, irrespective of background you come from, irrespective of type of college you come from. Hackathons are for everyone. And if you are talking about getting an internship with the experience of the hackathon, that can happen. It is all up to you. If you're attending a hackathon, you're building projects, you're gaining that experience, you're learning different skills, and if you're implementing those skills at the same time, you can definitely pitch those things, add those things into your resume, add those projects into your resume. And while you are in an interview, then definitely you can talk about how you came up with this problem statement, what are the different things which you did for solving that hackathon project, and what were the tech stacks which you have used, were there any difficulties you faced, and if yes, how did you overcome that? And you can definitely talk about these things in your interviews, so that, because in a hackathon you come up with a solution in limited duration of hours, and if you can do that successfully, you can do anything in unlimited period of hours. So definitely that helps, adding your hackathon projects and experience into your resume, that can help you get good internships as well. And of course, you can interact with the sponsor representatives during the hackathon, know if they are hiring someone, get to know more about the company sponsoring the hackathon, know if they are looking for some interns in their company. You can just interact with them, and maybe you can gain those internship experiences from there as well. So I hope that answers your questions. If not, please feel free to ask the question again. Yes. What else, Sohail?
Yeah. So Siddharth, I would like to know one of your experiences, one of your genuine experiences in participating in a hackathon, and what outcome it has put in your life. If you wanted to convey to the audience.
Sure, definitely. So I'll share my hackathon journey with you all. Uh, I remember I participated in a hackathon in around September or October of 2019, and it what I did was I made a project for blind people. That was the project name was Netra, which means eye. So the entire title was Netra and Eye for Blind. So this was a project name, and we didn't made to solve some industry problem. We did that project just for enhancing the experience of blind people. For example, if there is any blind person, we made such a device which they can use on just a click of a button. They can click pictures of their surroundings, and those pictures, out of those pictures, we ran the object recognition model, and we got to know the list of the objects around the blind person, and then those objects were converted into the text, and then text to speech, we did text to speech, and the objects were able to heard by the blind people into the headphones. So on just click of a button, the blind person can experience what is happening or what are the different objects surrounding them. So that was as simple as that. We didn't solve any industry problem, and didn't try to solve a problem which is helping millions and millions out there. We just focused on blind people. How can we enhance their experience, and how we can help them understand? Okay, how we can help them understand their surroundings, and how we can make them feel good and comfortable. And this was our idea, and this was what we implemented, and we ended up winning that hackathon. So it's not compulsory for a person for to think of very big problem or very big industry level problem or something like that. You can work on simple projects as well. It's not at all required for you to think on such a level. Whenever we talk about finding a problem statement during a hackathon or finding that particular idea, just look around yourself, observe your surroundings. Problems are many. You just need to have right mindset. Just see, have you faced personally any problem? Have your family members or any friend have faced any problem? And when you think in such a way, you will come up with various ideas. And whenever you come up with any idea, just note that down, because whenever the correct time would be to implement that idea, you won't be able to recall that idea. Brainstorm with your team members, brainstorm with your family members and friends, and that is when you will come up with different ideas. And then at the end of the day, you can select any one idea which you think can bring an impact, and then start solving that. This is what I did as well, and that helped out. And talking about my experience, in entire 2019, I attended around like 10 plus hackathons, and went to different cities to attend hackathons and experience different places. And then in 2020, I thought of giving back to the community. I started contributing to the hacker community, and I started mentoring and speaking at different events. So I mentored in around like 30 plus hackathons, and spoke at around 10 plus hackathons. And then also organized a few hackathons. My very own hackathon is Hack This Fall. So you can search on internet. I hosted Hack This Fall in last fall season. That was in October and November, and that was a blast. And apart from that, it's almost like 50 plus hackathon journey so far. So I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and hackathons have personally gave me lots and lots of opportunities which I can never thank enough. So that was my entire hackathon journey. What about you, Sohail?
Yeah, thanks Siddharth, for sharing your precious experience. I would say, for me, participating in hackathon really given me an edge. I mean, real world experience, how the projects, like,
Hmm.
when you're given in the situation where you have to build the project in the 24 hour, like, your team players are also putting efforts. And when after the 24 hour, I'll say, when you get that product in front of you and you are represented to the judges, that actually gives you kick. And that what
Hmm.
a software engineer look for, I'll say. Pretty much. I mean, you're covered, have everything. I have we have got one question from the Yash. Suppose I think of an idea that has already been implemented. Is it good to build on it further, or making my idea different in some way is acceptable?
Yeah, sure. So this might be the situation which you will experience many a times because, for example, I'm thinking to convert the solar energy into electricity. Now the problem has been already solved by the solar panels, right? But you can come up with some solution which is innovative, which is less expensive, or maybe in some way or the other, it is eco-friendly as well. And maybe the same problem can have multiple solutions. For example, I want to paste two papers. I want to paste two papers. I can use Fevicol, I can use glue, I can use water, I can do many things, right? So single problem has different types of solution. Now we as a human go and choose for the most feasible and durable solution, isn't it? So at the same time, when you work around different ideation process and work around finding different problems, see what type of problem it is, see what are the target audience of that problem, what is the impact which the existing solutions are bringing. If you can do something more better than that, go ahead and do that thing. That can be like really helpful. I would like to share one of my experiences from my very first hackathon. So the problem which we were solving was like there were NGOs having solar panels on rooftops. Now NGOs were facing deficiency in electricity generated, and the reason was the dust accumulated onto those solar panels. Now those dust were not allowing the electricity to pass through those solar panels, and the electricity generated was reduced. Now there are like multiple autonomous solar panels or robots which are cleaning the solar panels, right? So the solution already exists. There are self-cleansing solar panels in the world today. Solar panels are getting cleaned automatically, right? We do not need to do anything. But this was again a problem. And for me, that was my very first hackathon. And to be honest, I wasn't knowing anything about what to do. So we thought of doing something out of it. What we did was we just attached few motors and made an application, and just on a single button we were able to clean the solar panel with the flowing water and not any rotating mechanism or some robots. So we did it in a very cost effective way. We came up with some innovative solution, and we did that in a very minimal amount, right? So, and on top of that, what we did was, after cleaning the solar panel, we filtered the water we collected in the bottom after cleaning the solar panel, the mixture of dust and water. What we did was we filtered the water and reused that water, right? And after collecting the waste from filter, we got some dust particles. We used that dust particles. We just collected those dust particles, uh, added some soil into it, and we planted a tree. So here we are not just solving the problem, but we are reusing the water. We are recycling that particular water. We are again using it to clean the other solar panels, and we are using the dust accumulated to plant a new tree. So it has got some different outcome altogether. So these are like few things which you can think around. It's not just about solving the problem in a single direction, but what other impacts you are coming up with just by solving a single problem. You also can focus on to that. And we were not at all aware about the same, but we ended up winning that hackathon because our idea was innovative, eco-friendly, and impacted lots and lots of things. We were able to solve the problem. We did other impactful things as well. So never just stick around a particular problem. After you solve a problem, think around what add-ons you can do to that particular solution, and then you will definitely see the difference and that you can do. I hope that answers your question. Yes.
Totally. I mean, Siddharth, just not sticking into the primary solution, and it's all about how much you are extending your capability of thinking for the particular solution, right? Yeah, there are for one problem there might be different solutions, and if you are solving in some different way, might be something you will find out something new, and that's what I'll say. A point of a hackathon, or you can say, or idea have. I
Definitely.
hope if anyone do have a question, please let us know in the comment section, and we will love to answer that.
Yes. Also, like if you want to connect with me online, you can see this. This is my username on Twitter and Instagram. So it's like @Siddharth_hacks. So this is the username which I use because, of course, hack is the word which I am talking about right now. So definitely feel free to reach out to me if in case you have any further queries. I'm always happy to help in any way possible. And if you are connecting with me on LinkedIn, please add the message that connecting from the coding blocks fireside chat, and that can be like super helpful. Also, what I'll do is I'll share my one of the link in the chats right now, which you can go through, and just go through that link once and you will understand or get to know more about my hackathon experience in the past. I've listed all the hackathons I've been to over there. You can find all my talks and appearances from the past events, and there is also a contact form at the end of the website. So if in case you want to reach out to me, you can definitely fill out that contact form. Okay, I can see a question from Utsav. Hi Utsav, thanks for joining in. I'm going to attend my very first hackathon event and I don't have the necessary skills, like I am in first year and have learned a bit C programming only. No worries, Utsav. When I attended my very first hackathon event, I was in my very first year, and I would again repeat that it's not necessary for you to have any skills to participate in a hackathon. It's that you will learn something new when you're participating. You will attend those workshops, learning new stuffs, and all of the things which I talked about earlier. But even if you are knowing a very bit, like as you said, you are knowing C programming, right? So make something out of C programming, explore your capabilities. You might have done basic C programs in your college, right? Now try to work on more, maybe some different aspects around it. Try to upskill yourself. Try to see what advanced C programs you can do, because you are already aware with the language. I'm not saying that go with Python, JavaScript, or something like that. Even if you are knowing uh, at least some language, go and upskill yourself in that language. See what are the best things which you can do out of that language. Try to learn new skills and implement those skills during the hackathon, because it's not in today's world, it's not hard. It's not that much hard to at least start with some technology, because there are like plenty of resources online. For example, if you're working with, say, if you want to work around some database or something, or for example SQL, MySQL, or something like that, definitely there are like plenty of resources. You can work on different a basic website with HTML and CSS and JavaScript, maybe, if you can. So there are like quick starter guides in a hackathon. Use those things. If you're facing some problems or stuck somewhere, just post your queries into the Discord channels or Slack channels. You can tag different mentors. Just reach out to them. Do not feel shy. Do not feel if you will be judged by someone or someone will criticize you. No, it's not like that, because everyone was somewhere a beginner, right? They were beginners someday, they are advanced or expert now. You are beginner right now, you may be expert person in the future. So never think in that way. Just keep an attitude of learning, and that will really help you out in every way. So I hope that answers your question. And yes, thanks Coding Blocks for sharing the LinkedIn profile. Definitely, if you're connecting with me over LinkedIn, you can add the message that you're connecting with me from the Fireside chat. So that makes it more personalized, and I'll be able to recognize you faster. One of the seniors told me to learn data structures after C. Yeah, see, like this is the quality of computer science branch. You have multiple branches, you have multiple domains to get into. There are various things which you can do just after learning a single language. So definitely you can take recommendation from people. At this moment of time, I would say learn from others, but do not follow others. Explore different things, see what interests most to you, and then after getting experience of few things, you can go ahead with that. If you are feeling that you are getting interest out of it, if you are thinking that yes, I'm enjoying this particular thing, definitely go ahead with that. And I can see one more question from Utsav. Should I learn anything else too? I would say it totally depends on you. When I was in my very first year, I did not restricted myself to just one technology or one language, because I wanted to know what are the things which computer science offers me as a student, right? So I went on to exploring different technologies, different languages, different frameworks, what are different domains I can be part of, what are different career options. And then I started exploring each and everything. I did my research work, I did some experimentation with myself. I get into each and everything. I learned something for each and everything. And then I realized, no, this is not something I'm looking for. Then I jumped onto something else. And this is how you will learn something new. This is how you will know what your interest is, where your interest lies, right? And after doing all that thing, you will realize what actually you want to do. And then you can go ahead with that and do what do the thing which interests you the most, and definitely you will do great in that. So these are like few points I would like to add over here. I know data visualization, can I use this learning in hackathon? Numpy, pandas, matplotlib, bonds. Yes, definitely. Like, these are the libraries you can use and implement. You can create some ML models and work around different projects. And even if you are a machine learning beginner, you can go and search for teachable machine. If you have a little bit knowledge with respect to TensorFlow or TensorFlow.js and Python or something like that, definitely you can use teachable machine. That's a very beginner friendly platform. You can create machine learning models, object recognition models, pose recognition models, and something like that. So definitely go and explore all such platforms. And these are like many good libraries which you can use and implement. So data visualization, you can think of different ideas, like you can collect for example, covid is one of the project which many of the hackers made during the hackathon, getting the covid patients responses, seeing the data, visualizing it, learning from the data, what are the upcoming graph patterns, and doing all of such stuff. And there were like multiple projects which came around the covid topic in early 2020, right, around like in Q2 period, April, May, June, July. So definitely you can come up with more different project ideas with that skills as well. What else have we got?
Right, I
I
believe.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, please, Siddharth.
Now, I was just saying that if in case we do not have any questions, like maybe we can end it over here. But you were saying something, so I'll go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the whole session around hackathon and communities. Especially thanks to Siddharth for giving his precious time and especially sharing his experience with us. Siddharth, it's really nice to have a communication with you on such a good topic, and I will really appreciate whatever your experience, and it will be definitely helpful for our audience.
Definitely, I hope so. Whatever I've said today, everyone can relate with that, and might have learned something new. And if you are still a beginner, go and attend your very first hackathon. You'll definitely experience something altogether different, and you'll never regret participating in a hackathon. And as I said earlier, you can connect with me on this particular user ID on Twitter and Instagram. LinkedIn is already shared, and that's all from my side. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in. Really appreciate that.
Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in today. We'll keep this session in future as well, and really looking for your response. Please give us the feedback in the comment section as well, and we would love to know about upcoming topics from your side. Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely.